Hello everyone from Ali at 11th House, Wales, and welcome back to a weekly appointment. So I was out in the garden. I'm looking down because I'm holding a leaf in my hands. I was out in the garden doing some gardening, which really needed doing. And I found this leaf on the ground. And when I saw it and just how perfect it was, I thought, yes, I want to use this. This could be the perfect little meditation for beginners, especially for beginners, not just for beginners. So I rushed in and I just quickly shook my hair to make sure I didn't have any bugs caught in it. And what we are going to do, and that's why I'm saying that is perfect for beginners, because you might be thinking, well, I really want to get into meditation, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. I don't know what I am supposed to do, what I am doing when I'm doing it. And there are many different kinds of meditation, but if you want to get into mindfulness and discover more about mindfulness and what it is, well, you will find that it is very simple. And they say it's simple, although it's not easy. All it is being present with your experience, being aware of what is happening around you and inside you, just being aware of all of your experience. So we can have a little sample, a little quick sample with something as simple and as small as a leaf. So if you've got a plant nearby, you can do this with me using a leaf. You don't need to take it off the plant. Or if you don't have a plant at hand, it doesn't matter, because you can do this with any object. It could be any small object that you can hold in your hand. So for example, I've got this in my office. I've got a little squishy globe, which I absolutely love. And I use this to take some breaks every now and then from work. And I just feel it in my hands, and I use all of my senses. So this is what we are going to do with my leaf, or with whatever you've got at hand now. So get hold of your object, and we are going to, first of all, we're going to put it on the palm of our hand. And what I'd like you to notice, so, remember I said it is about noticing, being aware of your experience. So even without looking at it, you can engage your sense of touch. And you can feel what it feels like to hold this leaf or this object in your hand. So you can notice the weight of it. And you can notice, you can make it move around a bit on your hand, and just notice what it feels like on your hand. There will be parts of your hand which are in touch and contact with the leaf, the item, and parts which are not. So just notice the difference, notice that sense of contact and what it feels like. And then we can just pick it up between our fingers and touch it and notice the temperature. What does it feel like? Is it cool? Is it warm? And you might find that there are areas of it which are warmer or cooler than other areas. It might have been part of it in the sun and part in the shade. And do you also notice, as you are touching it, as you are holding it, how the temperature changes under your fingers, how it's warming up under your fingers? And then we can again engage the sense of touch and feel the texture of it. And if you are doing this with a leaf, you might notice that one side feels different to the other side. So just notice whether it is a smooth leaf or whether it feels a bit rough. And notice the surface. Is it all smooth, or is it all rough, or does it have a texture? Does it have a pattern that you can feel with your fingers? So in the case of my leaf, of course, even without looking at it, I know that it's got ridges. I can feel all the veins and I can feel the pattern because it's not a smooth leaf, it's a patterned leaf. And if you know anything about plants or about gardening, you might be rolling your eyes at me. I don't know anything. It might be the case that all the leaves are patterned and I just never noticed. I don't know anything about plants. But you will notice that, there's ridges on the other side. And what about the edges? When you feel the edges, what do they feel like compared to surfaces? And once you are satisfied that you have felt everything, all the details that there are to feel, so feel the stalk as well, we can then look at it. So look at your leaf and again notice everything. And you might be surprised just how much there is to notice. So again, I can see, I'll take off my glasses so I can look at it better because I'm getting old. So you can see, I can see all of the veins, all of the little patterns on the surface. And the color, what's the color like? And is it all uniform, or there are different areas with different colors? So here the veins are lighter on my leaf. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but right at the edges, it goes a little bit darker. It goes a little bit, can you see it? It goes a little bit red. So just observe the color, all of the hues on your leaf, on your object, whatever it is. And notice if there are any flaws, any blemishes. So my leaf, for example, there's a side, an edge, which has been probably a little bit munched by a caterpillar at some point. And if you turn it over and you look at the back side of it, the color might be different. So it is different on my leaf. It is a lighter green. And then we are using as many of our senses as we can. So we can smell it as well. And just notice the smell. And again, all that we are doing is noticing without needing to categorize the smell. Oh, it smells like this, it smells like that, without needing to compare it to anything. It's just the raw sensation of it. And also notice if it smells different on different parts of it. Oh, my leaf does. That's interesting. So we have engaged the sense of sight and touch and smell. And you might even hear the sound if you rub your fingers on it. This is what it sounds like. Again, raw sensations without judging it, without worrying about whether you like it or not, pleasant or unpleasant. It's just what is. And I'm not going to ask you to eat it and taste it. You don't need to do that. But this is, like I said, a perfect little meditation for beginners. And for those of you who are not beginners, it's a lovely little break as well. Like I said, I do this, not necessarily with a leaf, but, with anything I've got here on my desk, in between work tasks. And it's just, engaging your senses, literally coming back to your senses to ground yourself before you just get on with your busy day. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this, and I'm going back to my gardening now because there's a lot more that needs doing. And I will see you here again next week, same day, same time. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely week. All the best from me. Bye. Bye.